Playo.tv live broadcasting.
Football fans, welcome to Game 3 of Day 4 of Super 6. So that's enough numbers to start you with in this game between Greece and Italy. Now, previously today, we saw Greece in action against the other top European team of the Netherlands. They surprised the favorites with 4 runs early on in the first inning. They were the visiting team then, so they took offense first turn. This time they're the designated home team, which means they will face the Italian batters to start the game off. Here is the starting defense for Team Greece. Mia Marinakis pitching for Team Alice. Karamuzis, the catcher. Kate Karamuzis. Then Maria Zepeda, first baseman. Anissa Eliopoulos, second base. Chelsea Lysikatos in third base. Spirakis, shortstop. Savitanu, left field. In center field, it's Sam Lysikatos, who moved there from right field in previous games. And then Kate Panos in right field. Here is Amanda Fama, who will lead things off for Team Italy. Her batting average is .571. It means it's the best among the Italian players. She set out 1 game, but in the 3 games that she started and played, she hit 2 triples, 2 singles, batted in 1 run, and on base percentage .667 earned her the right to lead things off for Team Italy. Handshake before the game with Karamuzis, the catcher, and Florian Lauterschläger, the home plate umpire of this game. Helping him out are Bob Kieskens at first base and Patrick Royce at third. Mia Marinakis starts off with ball number 1. Now, if you've been with us the whole day, you saw the battle for a bronze medal game between Team GB and Russia that preceded this game. In tiebreaker, the Brits were more successful. That means we already know that tomorrow Greece will face Russia for 5th place. At 10:30 in the morning. Then later, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we know Team GB will be the visiting team of the bronze medal game. But what's awaiting us later today is the solution to this puzzle of who will be the top 2 teams this year at Super 6. Of course, that'll be decided later between the Czechs and the Dutch. Italy already lost to the Czechs in the opening game, but beat the Dutch. Now there are several outcomes of that game, and Fama hits it way into center field, and diving attempt by Lysikatos unsuccessful, and Fama will lead things off with an inside the park home run. Italy takes the lead with the first batter. So Fama does not only adds to a resume of 2 triples with another extra base hit, so make it 1-0 on the scoreboard. And just like that, here's Sam Lysikatos, who had a really hard time chasing that ball in the outfield. It was slicing away from the center fielder, as well as also the wind carrying it further and further away from Lysikatos, but it was, of course, mostly Fama's perfect connection. So Fabrizia Marone, the right fielder, is now at bat for Italia. Here's another look at Fama casually trotting to home from third, because it was clear that no throw will be made. Marone batting .429. Struck out twice, walked once, and has 3 base hits in in this tournament. Marinakis catching the outside corner for strike number 2. So Marone falling behind. And now swing and a miss. Marone will strike out. So Marinakis able to get back into perfect pitching after leadoff batter for Italy. Inside the park home run. And here's another player capable of hitting home runs. It's Erika Biancastelli. That misses above the letters. McNeese State Cowgirl. Biancastelli was born in Carlsbad, California. And boy, did she collect a lot of accolades playing college ball and high school ball. Was finalist of Top 10 Freshman of the Year award, NFCA. And was an NFCA All-American 2015-2016 seasons. Here is Biancastelli hitting it high into left field, and it lands just about a foot shy of the fair line. That means the 1 strike on Biancastelli. A 5'9" catcher, also third baseman occasionally. Takes this off-speed pitch for strike number 2. She already has 2 home runs in this tournament and a triple, batting .400. Started in all 4 games and gets hit by a pitch eventually. So awarded first base for Biancastelli, and that'll bring up Marta Gasparotto, the hero of that game against the Dutch. Saw that drama develop into extra innings, and Gasparotto was the main reason she delivered when they needed the most. Tied the game in the bottom of the 7th for Italy. Now she has a runner on first. That's Biancastelli, and a foul ball starts off her at bat. Gasparotto, who occasionally plays shortstop and usually takes the position of a catcher, this time in second base. Fama is the #1 shortstop for Italy. That catches the upper outside corner of the strike zone. Strike number 2. So Gasparotto, who has 4 hits, including a triple in this tournament, but mostly 4 RBI. And sends one towards Chelsea Lisicatos at third base. The throw is in time. They send Gasparotto to the dugout. Biancastelli advances to second, and now with 2 away, they will probably send Gasparotto running. No, they decide not to. So Biancastelli in second, and Giulia Longhi here at bat, the third baseman for Team Italy. A 25-year-old, another Busolengo player in this lineup. Busolengo won the Premier Cup this year, just like last year in Harlem. Longhi's, swing lands easily in Zepeda's glove. So after 1/2 inning, Italy takes the lead 1-0, thanks to Fama's shot into center field. That just was out of reach of Sam Lisicatos, and apart from that, Mia Marinakis able to hold other Italian batters hitless. As Biancastelli reached on a hit by pitch, and then Gasparotto grounded out. 2 Lisicados. Longhi flied out. As we take another look at that last play, Zepeda casually running towards the dugout. So as Italy takes the field, we can introduce the Italian defense. In the pitching circle for Italy for the first time in this tournament, appearing Laura Bigatoni. As you look at Tony Foti, the head coach of the Greek national team. Behind the dish, Erika Biancastelli at first base, Alessandra Rotondo, second baseman Marta Gasparotto, third base Giulia Longhi, shortstop Amanda Fama, and the outfielders from the left, Valeria Bettinsoli, Susanna Soldi, and Fabrizia Marone. That's Italian defense. As you look at Laura Bigatoni, no stats to boast at the moment. As I mentioned, this is her first appearance in this tournament, providing some rest for the other pitchers who are combined help Laura Bigaton. Greta Cecchetti's teammate from Bolate starts with a strike up the middle to Eleni Spirakis, Italian shortstop. So 0-2 count quickly. See if Spirakis can continue in the good performance she started the morning game against the Dutch with. Perfect start to that game when Hellas produced 4 runs. Now a ground ball towards Fama. A routine play for Amanda, and out number 1 for the Italian defense. That brings up Brina Keza, the designated player for Team Greece. She was red hot against both Sumeru and Marceline Merckx, Dutch pitchers in the morning game. A rise ball that misses upstairs for Bigaton. Brina Keza with 200 average now fouls this out of play. Strike 1. Keza. Another look at that rise ball. Keza carefully observing, not chasing it. That was ball number 2 now. Pitch number 4, and it's a wild pitch. Somehow dropped by Laura on the move. That means 3-1 coming up. Oh, here's Bigaton with the pitch, and it's a ball number 4. So walk will put a runner on for Team Greece, and that brings Anissa Iliopoulos, the second baseman. Iliopoulos was batting .300 prior to that morning game against the Dutch. Now these stats are unfortunately not updated dynamically as they are produced, and since Iliopoulos is started off by another ball, that means Laura Bigetto needs a quick reminder of what's expected from her. And a defensive conference taking place now in the pitching circle here in Hoofddorp. So as we are waiting for the Italian team to recuperate before they continue their attempt to get back to offense. Can remind you of what's coming next, since we have a short delay. This game started at 3:45. Bouncing ball towards Giulia Longhi, makes the play. And a throw to second, just checking if the runner is paying attention. So Nikeza advances to second on the play. Giulia Longhi with the ground out. Iliopoulos, and here's Mia Marinakis, the pitcher. Marinakis batting .300. She did not appear in the morning game against the Dutch. Set that one out as that one just shy of the zone. Mira Marinakis is one of the two extra base hitters on the Greek lineup. Checks her swing this time, and that pitch lands in the zone for strike number 2. As the highest RBI also on the Greek team. She could add one more to this statistic if she can drive that in. A ball bouncing towards third base side, covered by Longhi, but it's in the foul territory. So foul ball means another pitch is coming Marinakis' way. Down in the dirt, blocked by Piancastelli, so Nikeza stays on second. Popped up into the on-deck circle. Where the ball landed. So Susanna Soldi, who's cold out there, and Fama just able to bounce that ball towards second base. Gasparotto trying to get that play. That was a really close call. Marinakis safe at first. Started with a nice hit towards the second base side of the field. Fama diving towards the bag, able to only knock that ball Gasparotto's way. Nice attempt by the second baseman of Italy. So get that play. And here's Chelsea Lysicatos as you take another look at Marinakis' run, and that was a really close play, especially considering the fact that the ball was first knocked away by the Italian shortstop. Another block by Piancastelli. It seems that she will have to drop on her knees quite often in this game because Bigaton's pitches seem to be getting away from her. From time to time, a hit towards Fama, another diving attempt, and Greece ties the game. It's 1-1, and the Greeks now have 2 runners on the bases. Fama first stretching to her left, this time to her right, but in both cases able to just get a piece of that ball, but not make the catch. It's a tough one. Both will be scored as base hits. So Amanda, diving attempt now. Florian Lautenschläger breaking up that discussion between Piancastelli and Bigaton in the circle. And that brings up the first baseman, Maria Zepeda. Strike in the upper part of the zone. Now, even if Italy is, of course, expected to win this game, since Greece will definitely end in last place, there are other factors. The more runs that the Greeks are able to put on the board, they might become costly later today, as Piancastelli yet another block, a ball in the dirt. Because if later today the Czechs lose to the Netherlands 2-4, and it needs to be precisely that score, as a strikeout will end the first inning. It's 1-1, and I'll come back to that math and calculations. So once we return back to Hoofddorp for the second inning action of Game 3, Day 4.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Welcome back to Hoofddorp for Super 6. Inaugural year of this tournament. So we take another look at Amanda Fama and her opening at bat of the game that resulted in an inside the park home run, and Sam Lissikatos' effort to make that catch. A tie game, though. Greece showing strength today and making on the results of the European Championship, where they placed 6th last year in Bolate, which was a huge improvement from 10th place in 2015 in Rosmalen. And they hadn't attended for quite a while before then, so it was their return onto European scene in 2015, and the improvement is just significant. One of the key men who played a role in that is Mr. Foti, Tony Foti, the head coach of this team, with, of course, huge experience, over 30 years of coaching in softball and helping this team out. Alessandra Rotondo, the first baseman, already with 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rotondo batting .300 with 3 RBI, as that Marinakis' pitch rises above the zone. Ball number 2. And they get her swinging. Nice Nice pitch to the outside. And Rotondo strikes out, which will bring up the designated player of Team Italy, Ilaria Cacciamani. She has no plate appearance so far in this tournament. Ilaria Cacciamani pitched in 2 games, and together with Cicchetti and Nicolini, they're the reason why statistically Italy have the best pitching here, especially based on the earned run average. However, they would definitely trade this stat gladly with the Czechs, who have the top hand in the tournament at the moment with a 4-0 record so far. Mia Marinakis with the delivery, and it's up middle. So strike number 1 on Cacciamani. Cacciamani, 24-year-old pitcher of Team Forley, will reach on a walk. So with 1 away, runner on first, Cacciamani, and that brings up Valeria Bettinsoli, the left fielder. Bettinsoli yet to record a hit in the tournament. She struck out once and has 1 run in the books, but no hit from 2 at-bats. I believe that 1 run is after being the pinch runner. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Make that 2 strikes on Bettinsoli. As the wind is picking up once again. Now, hopefully, as long as there's only the wind, as Bettinsoli hits it into the 5-6 gap. Here's Zavitanu fielding the ball in left field. And base hit for Bettinsoli, so she breaks that drought at the right moment, and Team Italy now has 2 runners on bases. It's Bettinsoli on first and Cacciamani on second. That brings up Susie Soldi, center fielder, as we've seen with her before, wearing that scarf around her neck just to make sure it doesn't get too cold. And she falls behind Marinakis. 0-2 pitch coming up. And manages to stay off of that one. Outside pitch. Is ball number 1. And that almost gets away. Great reaction by Kate Karamuzis. Here's Bettinsoli on first. Cacciamani on second. Foul ball. Bettinsoli heads back to the box. Very patient at bat for this center fielder. Down in the dirt, great block by Karamuzis. But runners had no chance of moving further on the field. But that wild pitch got caught by Karamuzis. It's a full count at the moment, and make that base on balls, number 2 in this inning. So, bases loaded now for the top half of the lineup, and Fama is ready to try and maybe reenact first inning with a home run. This time it'll be 4 runs that she would bat in. Of course, the odds of that happening are too high, but what Italy is looking for definitely is driving some of those runners in. So they only have 1 away and bases loaded. Yeah, Azzurri would like to take the lead yet again. So they lost it in the bottom half of the first inning when the Greece offensive effort resulted in 1 run. So here's Fama facing Marinakis for the second time in this game, and she hits the first pitch. It will bring at least 1 run, make that 2 runs. Fama with a RBI, 2 RBI double, and Italy takes the lead yet again. So no chance for anyone to get that ball. It was hit perfectly to the right side of Eleni Spirakis, the shortstop, and to the left of the pitcher Marinakis. 3-1 for Italy. Runners in scoring position, 1 away, and Mabrone popped this one up, and it is caught by Karamuzis, and what a catch, because that was in no way an easy play. The wind carrying that ball about 10 feet from the from its original path. And here's Erika Biancastelli with 2 away and runners still in scoring position. That's Zoldi and Fama. First misses inside, ball number 1. Biancastelli was hit by a pitch first time up, then got left on the bases as Gasparotto grounded out and Longhi flied out. Those 2, of course, ready. Follow. Biancastelli takes advantage of this rise ball, and it is caught in left field by Zavitsanu. That ball was blasted to left field, and I think if it wasn't for the wind, it would probably go all the way over the fence. But great play by Zavitsanu, and saves the day for Team Alice before they receive any more runs. So Italy takes the lead again. They are up 3-1. And we're ready for the bottom of the second when Kate Karamuzis, the catcher, with the spectacular catch, that pop-up by home plate just 2 plays ago, will take on the batting responsibilities. Here's another look at Biancastelli, and that ball just flying through the air, and okay, I might have gotten ahead of myself when I gave Biancastelli the credit for a potential home run in windless conditions. That was still quite a far way to go towards the fence. Regardless of that, Zavitanu with run-saving play. Karamuzis missing a hit. She has had 5 at-bats in the tournament, struck out twice and grounded into double play once. So definitely a lot of room for improvement, and fires first swing. Here's Soldi trying to cover from that, from those gusting winds here in the Netherlands. And Kate Karamuzis now 0 pitch from Bigaton, once again in the dirt. Here's Julia Longi returning the ball back to the circle. 1-2 pitch for Laura Bigaton, number 6. And once again in the dirt. Seems to be some trouble for Bigaton. Ball slipping out of her hand in the motion. Biancastelli setting up outside. They go down the middle and they get her swinging. The ball could be considered dropped. Biancastelli, just to be sure, made the throw to first. Here's another look, but one away. Kate Paynos, the right fielder in this game, has been moving around the outfield throughout the tournament. And Paynos has 1 hit, and it was yesterday, and this time going to Julia Longi, and she makes the throw on the run. Didn't make it too easy for Rotondo at first. Looked like she had time for a more comfortable pass to her first baseman, but the result is what matters the most. Here's another look. Longi picking it up and on the run. As we watch Sam Lissicatos return back to the box after a foul ball towards third base side. Samantha also with a single hit in the tournament, 3 strikeouts. On the New York native. In the dirt, Biancastelli having to go all the way to the backstop to get that ball. So Bigaton pitching at 60 miles per hour. gets it in the zone for strike number 2. And swing and a miss. The strikeout will end the inning. After 2 complete innings of play, it's 3-1 for Italy.
Playo.tv live broadcasting.
We're back in Hoofddorp. We're watching Mia Marinakis and her pre-inning ritual. And there's Marta Gasparotto, the second baseman of Squadra Italia in this game. Lays down a bunt and it rolls into the foul territory. Tries to surprise defense. She grounded out to Chelsea Lisicaros, the third baseman, in her first at-bat of the game, and we'll head back. And we'll have to think of another way of reaching first, or possibly more, as Gasparotto is capable of hitting long distance as a triple. Within 4 hits in her stats. This rise ball at eye level. And this time she swings at the rise ball and it goes flying into right field, where it's caught by Kate Panos for an easy out, number 1 of the inning. Maybe a bit of a poor choice of pitch at which she swung, and here's Panos who made the catch. Julia Longi takes the first pitch for strike number 1. So another view of that Gasparotto play. First swing at the high rise ball. Julia Longi this one to Eleni Spirakis. The throw in time. And a routine play for Spirakis. 20-year-old shortstop of Team Ellis. Alessandra Rotondo, one of the 2 Italian players who struck out against Marinakis. She did so in the previous inning to start it off as the leadoff batter struck out, but definitely hoping to record a hit this time. A foul ball called as Karamuzis fielded that ball somewhere in the box of the right-handed batter. So Rotondo slowly walking towards home plate. And another rise ball popped up, and it's the shortstop Spirakis who makes the play. A quick half inning for Greek defense, a 1-2-3. The middle part of the Italian lineup. As Gasparotto flied out to Panos, the right fielder, and the ground out of Longi to Spirakis, and eventually pop up of this young lady, Alessandra Rotondo, to the Greek shortstop. Here's another look. Now Marinakis' rise balls have been a problem for Italian batters. And Laura Bigaton trying to work out her own set of minor problems. That's dropping the ball and slipping away throughout the at-bats, but it hasn't taken too much of a toll on Italian defense. Definitely wasn't the only reason why Greece were able to put one run on the board. Here's Eleni Spirakis, the Greek lineup from the top. She grounded out to Fama in the first inning. Now takes the first pitch. It's up and in for strike number 1. And in the dirt in front of the plate for Bigaton, Biancastelli. A quick apology to Lautenschläger as that ball bounced into home plate umpire's chest protector. He set up outside and just missed the zone. So Spirakis now up 2 balls and a strike on the shortstop. And here's Laura Bigaton now. This time hit towards Fama once again, and she makes the play to retire Spirakis yet again. So 1 away for Team Italy, and that'll bring the designated player Bri Nikesa was brought home by Lysikatos on that left field hit for the only run so far of the Greek team. That ball number 2. Bigaton aiming for that low outside corner. And missing it 3 times in a row. So 3-0 pitch coming up, and Keza very likely will take a patient approach. View from the back at Susanna Soli, and a walk as that one missed zone on the inside. So Nikesa reaches on a walk for the 2nd time in this game. And that brings up the second baseman, Anissa Eliopoulos. This time sends it towards Fama, and with Gasparotto they get the first out, and they get the 2, a double play for the Italian defense as Fama together with Gasparotto turn around the 2. So Eliopoulos grounds into double play to end the inning after 3. It's 3-1 for Italy.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
High flying ball to left field, but lands close to the fence in the foul territory. A good 20 feet away from the line. So a foul ball on Ilaria Kachamani. Similarly to the designated player in Greek batting order, she also reached on a walk and crossed the plate for the winning run at the moment for the second run of Team Italy, and lays off of that pitch, which lands just above the zone for ball number 2. Even count 2-2 on Kachamani. Popped up, and it will go all the way over the backstop fence, close to the merchandising tents, or gazebos, whatever you'd like to call them. So still 2-2. Mia Marinakis focus. Now here's the windup and the delivery. It's down in the dirt, blocked by Kate Karamuzis. Ball number 3. Kachamani doing a good job. A long, extensive at bat, especially in this weather. It gets very exhausting for the pitchers. And ball 4. So both designated players reached twice on a walk. An interesting coincidence. Either way, Valeria Bettinsoli, base hit to left field. First time up. A chance to reach once again. There's nobody out this time, unlike back in the second inning. We'll see how Bettinsoli does this time. She recorded her first hit in the tournament, and now she is hit by pitch. Shows bunt, or going for a sacrifice bunt, but instead they get the 2 runners, and it's up to Susanna Soli to probably advance them with a sacrifice. Let's see what strategy the Italian skipper chooses in this situation. They go for the sacrifice, it's shown, but retracted as that ball missed the zone by a bunch. And Bettinsoli on first, and pinch runner Elisa Princic is in first. It's hit towards second base side, and it's a race for the first between Zepeda and Soldi, and Soldi is the winner of that race. It was a great strategy. She showed sacrifice bunt that drawn in Zepeda, the first baseman, but as soon as the ball was close, she swung at it and sent it rolling towards the second baseman, Iliopoulos, who had no one to pass the ball to, as Cepeda was just about close to home plate as the batter Soldi. So base is now loaded for top of the lineup. Once again, Fama managed to get a double, 2 RBI. Similar situation back in the second inning. Let's see how she does this time. So Princic on third, the pinch runner for Kachimani. Fama sends it toward third base side. They go for the force out at home, but the ball is dropped by Kate Karamuzis, and 2 runs will cross home plate for Team Italy. Not only Princic, but also Bettensoli. After the error on Greek catcher, Chelsea Lisicatos did everything well to field that ball as Fama sent it towards the third baseman. And the throw home now, Tony Foti will probably try to argue that the drop happened on the transfer after she got a hold of that ball and had it in full possession before transferring for the throw to possibly to first to get the double. Instead of 2, they get none. So see Spirakis, Marinakis, and Lisicatos there in the discussion. Here's another look. Fama's ball towards Lisicatos, the throw in time, and you see that it's not on the transfer. The ball was never really inside the catcher's mitt, so all that discussion is unnecessary for Foti and won't produce any results. So 5-1 for Italy after Fama adds 2 more RBI, unearned though on the error. So Soldi on third, Fama on second, reached on the fielder's choice, and doesn't get the RBI. Of course, that ball lands in the dirt, blocked by Karamuzis. Both runners very active, but still have to stay where they are. Fabrizia Marone struck out the first time up, then popped up to Karamuzis, and this time taking a similar strategy to Soldi, showing bunt first, but then swinging at the ball. Probably looking to draw those corners in once again and send a slab head to one of the middle infielders. They'd have a hard time making the play with nobody covering first. Fama on second, Soldi on third, and ball number 2 of this at bat on Marone. Shows bunt, lays it down. It's fielded in the batter's box, a foul ball. It's outside the lines. Florian Lautenschlager right there making the call. So strike number 2, charge to Marone. An even count, 2-2. And pitch from Mia Marinakis coming up. Swing and a miss. Marone strikes out. That's only the first out of the inning. And it brings up Erika Biancastelli. That long fly out in her second at bat. Was hit by a pitch in her first plate appearance in this game. This time they go low and in, but missed the zone. Gasparotto there in the on-deck circle, getting ready. Looking to maybe face a very a dreamlike situation with bases loaded. Of course, the dream is with bases loaded, trailing by 3 in the bottom of the last inning with 2 away, but I'm sure she'll take it with bases loaded and 1 away in the 4th inning of this important game against Greece. Bianca Stelli now 3-0 pitch from Marinakis, and she'll get a walk. Of course, with the first base open, there was not much pressure on Marinakis, and especially with the batter of qualities that Bianca Stelli possesses. They weren't going to offer her too nice of a pitch. Now here's Gasparotto with bases loaded. Soldi on third, Fama on second, and Bianca Stelli on first. For Gasparotto, swings at the first pitch, sends it into the foul area by third base side. 5-1 for Italy. After that start in the opening inning with 1 run each, Greek bats have been silent since then, as Gasparotto takes the second pitch, low and in for ball number 1. Here's Gasparotto, 1-1 pitch, and it catches the inside corner. Gasparotto just looking at Lautenschläger with surprise, and then coming back to the box, Federico Pizzolini, the third base coach, trying to calm this player down. And here's Gasparotto swinging at the rise ball. They caught her on the rise ball in her last at bat. She popped it up towards the right field. See, with the hitting power of a player like Gasparotto, these pop-ups land all the way in the outfield. But here's Marinakis with the delivery, and Gasparotto sending one towards the third base side. This time they get the out at home. Lysikatos to Karamuzis. Gasparotto reaches on a fielder's choice, and just like that, they have 2 away. And that brings Giulia Longhi. She's 0 for 2. She flied out to the first baseman, Zepeda, and then grounded out to Spirakis. This time hits it up in the air, and it's gonna drop in the right field. It will bring home 3 runs, and Giulia Longhi heading home for an inside the park grand slam. 4 runs in for Italy after Longhi's at bat, and it was a perfect hit into right center field in the gap between Lysikatos and Penos for a 9-1 lead for Italy. Here's another look, and inside the park grand slam, and 4 RBIs for Giulia Longhi. You see Federico Pizzolini sending her home without any doubt, because there was a lot of trouble getting that ball back into the infield between Penos and Iliopoulos, the right fielder and second baseman of Team Greece. 8-run lead for Italy in the 4th inning. Now the run-ahead rule is 10 runs in the 4th and 7 in the 5th. So still some way to go with 2 away, and base is clear. At bat now, Alessandra Rotondo. Oh, just like Giulia Longhi before that inside the park homer, she is 0 for 2. Now make that still 0 for 2 as she is walked, and I wonder how much longer Marinakis will remain in the circle. Ilaria Kachamani for the second time in this inning. That means gone through the whole lineup. Well, instead it's Elisa Princic. So they put her in as her substitute instead of Kachamani. Entered the game as pinch runner and will just stay there. Great block by Karamuzis with Rotondo on first. Princic takes second pitch for a strike on the outside corner. 9-1 for Italy. Here's Marinakis with a delivery, and Princic sends it into left field. A base hit for Princic. Prior to this game, she only had 1 hit and 10 at bats, so pretty low batting average, but it was a triple. This time makes it 2 for 11, so just under 200 for Princic. And here's Lauren Stavru, whom we've already seen today. She stepped in for Chelsea Runyon, her teammate in the first game of the day when Team Greece was playing the Dutch, and as soon as Runyon was getting beat there, they replaced her with Lauren Stavru. So it looks as Stavru is ready for play. So is Valeria Bettinsoli. Was hit by pitch. Her first at bat of this inning, second at bat of this inning, but her first appearance. And has also a base hit, so she's 1 for 1 in this game with a hit by pitch later on. Valeria Bettinsoli, first pitch taken outside, ball number 1. Hit towards first base side. Maria Zepeda will just step on the bag and will retire the side. Italy drives in 6 runs in this 4th inning, especially Julia Longi's inside the park grand slam was, or rather called inside the park 4-run home run, is what brought in the majority of the runs. Team Greece will definitely have at least 2 turns at offense as Laura Bigaton continues in the circle for Italy. You're watching Bob Gieskens, first base umpire. Here's Erika Piancastelli earlier with that long distance shot into left field, where it was caught by Savitanu. Now watching some of the other highlights of this game. So no changes on Italian defense. No need to change anything really, since they only gave up 1 run. Here's Lauren Stavru placed Marinakis in the circle and now also in the lineup. And Stavru hits it towards Fama and is retired. That's her first at bat of the tournament for Stavru. And a 6-3 ground out. Here's another look. It's a big pitcher. Hurried down first baseline. He's Chelsea Elisikanos, the third baseman of Team Greece, and one of their best at bat. She has a hit this time. It'll be another ground out to Amanda Fama, the shortstop. Fourth, well, including that double play, it's the fifth ground out to Fama in this game. Out of 10. So half the outs by Italian shortstop Fama. Here's Maria Zepeda. She struck out facing Bigaton in the first inning. That wrapped up the frame. Now Zepeda, where the 2-1 pitch coming from Laura Bigaton. Swing and a miss. Ball just dropped away from Zepeda. They set up inside and get her swinging for out number 3. So a quick inning for Italian defense, and Greeks unable to answer 8 runs in a row. So 8 unanswered runs are the lead for Italy. It's 9-1 after 4 frames.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.
Welcome back to Hoofddorp for Playo.tv's broadcast of Super 6. This is game number 14 of the tournament. There are still 4 left and a few more innings in this one. Here's another attack of Team Italy. Started by Susanna Soldi, center fielder. Up in the air, going towards left field. It's Zavitanu who makes the catch on the run for out number 1. See how Ball was sliced into shallow left field. Savitsanu doing a great job today of reading these balls right off the bat. Top of the lineup for the 4th time in this game, Amanda Fama. And inside the park homer that led off the game. And 2 RBI double. She batted in winning run at this point. And then reached on a fielder's choice when all the miscues happened, when Kate Karamuzis dropped the ball and Fama shooting a bullet into left field. It will roll to the corner. Fama with another double in this game. So 8 total bases for Fama in 4 at bats. She's 3 for 4. And great start for 5th inning action here at the Pioneers Complex. Fabri Marone, if I'm not mistaken, the only player of the Italian lineup who still hasn't been on base. So very much due at this moment. This Marone is batting .429 in the tournament, so we're really expecting her, as Lautenschläger calls for a time, or rather Marone asked for one. She is now unhappy with that call, as the ball just landed over the outside rim of the strike zone. Stavru with the delivery and sent towards left field, and yet again it will drop fair, and Fama advances to 3rd. Lisicados just on the spin move, checks if there is any play on 2nd, but Marone with a single advances to 2nd on the throw. They officially scored a double, which is well, very positive way of scoring. But we've seen this all week. It's fair to all the teams, but a lot of shots into the field that would normally be considered errors have been scored as hits. But once it's done consistently, it's well, no big deal. Pinch hitting for Team Italy is Elena Chiesa, number 15 at bat. First base is open, so runners who are in scoring position not forced to move. Karamuzis now setting up outside. That ball is low and away for ball number 2. Fama on 3rd and Marone on 2nd. Swing and a miss by Chiesa. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Chiesa. down in the dirt. Another great block by Karamuzis as he has motions towards Fama to hold third base as young Greek catcher was in full control of that ball. Hit towards the shortstop, and they go home. And Fama caught in the rundown, and now they have 2 runners. And they will get 2 out of this as Fama took off for home once they tagged Marone by third. So sort of a base running hiccup by Italian defense, and there Enrico Bletter is now walking up to Laudenschläger and Pizzolini, and they're really unhappy with the result. Here's another look. Great heads-up play by Eleni Spirakis. The throw home, no tag there, but as soon as they have 2 runners on the bases, of course, it's the fault of the trailing one. That's why Marone, despite being tagged, or despite holding the bag once being tagged, was called out. But then Fama, for some reason, took off for home, and there was no chance for her of making it in time, and she got tagged once again. So a double play ends the inning, and all of the offensive effort by Italian offense, but all they need now is to get the 3 out and not allow more than 2 runs. So they have some room for error. I'm sure they're not expecting to make any errors, and all they want is to just quickly leave the field. The cold gusting winds of Holland. Here is Laura Bigaton. Once again, that ball slipping out of her hand as she is now facing Kate Karamuzis, one of the key players of Team Greece in this game, definitely doing a great job blocking and keeping the runners from advancing. Now, she made that one error as the ball was dropped on that force out with three runners with bases loaded, but it is a team sport. An off-speed pitch to change up is just a tad low. So, ball number 2. An even count, 2-2 on Kate Karamuzis. And sent back towards Bigaton. She just tosses the ball underhand towards Susanna Soldi. Alessandra Rotondo. And first out, so only 2 outs away from winning the 4th game. And Italy will then be carefully awaiting the result of tonight's game, because it's not under their control with whether they are in the final tomorrow or not. This win was a necessity. They were able to allow only 1 run, which is good for their potential chances. Fama with a diving stop, and the throw is in time to get the out. A spectacular play by the Italian shortstop to retire Kate Panos, and Amanda on another play. It was 6th out. So 6 out of the 14 outs by the Italian defense by Amanda Fama, including this spectacular catch. And they're only 1 out away from winning this one on the runs ahead rule. Sam Lyssikatos sending a slow roller towards first base, but a dead ball is called as it bounced off her foot. And it would have been an easy play for Rotondo or Gasparotto, whoever would make it to first in time to get the play. But 0-2 pitch coming from Bigaton. And a foul ball. Lyssikatos hanging on. So unlike the Czechs or the Dutch, who will be here in 45 minutes to play their game, which will decide the finalists, Italy will have to bite their nails. This one is going towards Gasparotto on the spin move. Throw was just too hard for Rotondo, and that ball lands in the dugout. So on the blocked ball rule, Lyssikatos advances to second. Gasparotto tried to get that web jam, the highlight reel catch, and the Italian defense can't afford to try this. Also, it's a great opportunity for them to try new things out, and that throw was just too hard, too close. And here's Gasparotto again, this time an easy play for Marta, and she ends the game. 9-1, the final score. Italy wins the mandatory game against Greece. 4-1 their final record, 4 wins and 1 loss. Like I mentioned before, it's the next game that will decide who will play tomorrow in the final, whether the so far undefeated Czechs or the Dutch and Italy. It's anybody's game. It could be any combination of the 3 teams, the Netherlands, Czech Republic, or Italy. These ladies will definitely be here watching their opponents and their potential opponents for tomorrow. We already know that at 10:30 on Saturday tomorrow, Russia will play Greece for 5th place. We know that later at 1 o'clock, Great Britain will be the away team for the bronze medal game. But who will be their opponent, the home team, and who will face in the final for the gold medal? That's something that'll be decided in the next game. It should start on schedule at 6 o'clock, since this game took a lot less than the previous one. On behalf of Playo.tv, thank you for joining us on this broadcast. 9-1 the final score. We have 1 more game today and then 3 more tomorrow. So bear with us, and we'll be back in 40 minutes with more action from Hoofddorp.
Playo.tv, live broadcasting.